Dr. Malhotra. We've got some very commonly eaten foods here, varying in different amounts of fat, carbohydrates and protein.
Sure.
So let's start in the bottom corner here. We've got some cholesterol lowering spread. What are your thoughts?
Well, there's no doubt that proactive, this margarine does lower cholesterol. Some of this stuff isn't particularly alarming when you look at it. But what's interesting is, one of the most recent studies that was done, published in the British Medical Journal, actually reanalyzed unpublished data from something called the Sydney Heart Study. And in the Sydney Heart Study, there was it looked at patients with established heart disease and people who suffered heart attacks. And the group of people that had established heart disease and had heart attacks who replaced butter with margarine, if you like, actually had, despite the fact that cholesterol was lowered slightly, paradoxically or strangely, had increased risk of all-cause death.
Exactly, and what I'm interested in is health. Is your health going to get better or is it going to get worse?
Absolutely.
And it's not necessarily knowing.
We shouldn't be so prescriptive.
No, absolutely. Second up, we've got some white pasta. What are your thoughts on that?
Now, traditionally I would have and consume a lot of white pasta myself. I mean, people enjoy pasta, but the problem with white pasta is there is less fibre. It is more of a refined carbohydrate, and personally I've changed from white pasta to brown pasta now. Most people's reaction is like, brown pasta doesn't taste very good. And actually, initially, when you try it, there's a different taste or flavour. But actually, I found after, and this is somebody that used to consume personally, I used to consume probably quite a lot of carbohydrates. I found that after a while, and not very long, even a few days, maybe a short couple of weeks, for example, I enjoy the brown pasta more and don't crave the white pasta anymore, to be honest. So I think that the whole meal, or the carbohydrates that have more fibre in them, definitely are healthier. There's lots of evidence to support that.
Absolutely. And then for me, one of the major things that you've got to try and look at is where you're coming from as well, your own specific situation. Is it appropriate to get a massive glycemic load from starch? And if you're in a position where you are pre-diabetic or verging on insulin resistance, it's probably a good idea to curtail your consumption.
Definitely, absolutely. One of the ways of overcoming that is just increasing more fibre in the diet as well, which reduces the absorption of the so-called sugars or starches that are going to contribute to insulin resistance.
Absolutely.